Andrews here, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about As the Sun Falls and their album Last Days of Light. Now when we get into this, you'll find out why it's my must listen, as I dissected this song quite a bit and I come up with quite a description of what I heard and felt. And I felt like the foghorns right off the bat in the beginning set the ominous mood of an arduous journey ahead, and that journey comes in the form of a methodical magnum opus for this first track, the title track, Last Days of Light. And like a breeze, the tranquil guitars come in and they have this gradual build until the frigid storm that kind of like blasts like cold wind strikes the listener with an avalanche of drums, crisp, tantalizing lead work, and an atmosphere that glows like the northern lights. And that's just the first 4 minutes of this track. It is quite impressive. And I like how it continues to grow and evolve, and we get this sort of like a bit of a blizzard. It kind of swarms around and things like that, but there's a really nice flow to it. I thought the additions for the second verse section gave us a whole new dynamic and gave us an arsenal of new hooks to dig into, and then we get to gradually go into another direction, which gave us a lot of tranquility. It was very full of tranquility, but I liked the build, and it felt like it was building to like something very momentous, which I really felt it was. It was like a Norse god rising from the snow-covered mountain that was going to be humongous, that's welcoming you on the ways to Valhalla. And I just really thought this track was so dynamic. There's so much in it. There's a very unique flow, a lot of great musicianship, vocals, atmosphere. Everything was absolutely amazing, and that's why it's my must listen to, especially since it's a 10-minute track to open up the album, which I always said is quite unique and hard to do for, or not hard to do, but risky to do, because a lot of people, let's admit, have short attention spans, so they want something really hooky immediately and short and concise right off the bat. But unless you're doom metal and you're in that niche genre, it's kind of, you know, hard to do something like that. But I think As the Sun Falls, you know, does an absolutely killer job with Last Days of Light right off the bat in this one. A lot to soak up in this track. The next two tracks I paired together because they felt like, you know, a storm like coming off of a different type of storm coming off Last Days of Light, and First Snow and Through the Storm. I guess coincidentally I said Through the Storm, but that's where we get like this blizzard-like effect. I felt like we were getting hit by blizzard winds. Both songs hit on accelerated fury with fiery assaults at times from the blistering lead guitar work and full throttle drums. I really liked the drum work. It was really smart the way things were handled. I liked the power behind a lot of it too. You really got to feel the snare, double bass, things like that. The beastly vocals at times were truly complemented the intensity of both tracks as well, and mix into some occasional atmospheric beauty in both these tracks with a backdrop, and you get a nice, you know, contrast within these two songs. And they're just both a pair of awesome songs coming off of what I thought was just an epic piece in Last Days of Light. Plus, we also get some great guitar work as well throughout these two songs. Well, throughout the entire album, I thought the guitar work was very tantalizing, very hooky, and a lot to enjoy. So right off the bat, we got a lot to really soak up from these two songs. Now I'm jumping down to Way to the North. This one had some great harsh vocals that came through so vividly. And I mentioned before that, like with harsh vocals, sometimes, you know, it's hard to pick them up in the mix and things like that. But I really felt them very vividly in this. And along with the intense ferocity, I captured this visual of a Viking along with his wolf drudging through these deep, dark woods. And I felt like there was this brief bridge that sort of amplified of all of this. And it casts a mixture of, I felt, panic and salvation. Salvation as we grew along and we escaped the fear that the darkness holds over us musically in this. I felt like the subtle backdrop kind of added to that darkness. So there was really a lot to sort of feel atmospherically in this track. And I felt like the vocals did a lot along with that. And maybe it was a bit tranquil or quieter at times, but I really got to feel the vocals and that pulled out those visuals in Way to the North. Now I'm jumping down to the last song on the album, the closer, which is really fantastic, Eden Tan Nala. Now that's Finnish, and I don't know how well I did, but I did get some help from one of my Finnish viewers, and she helped me out, so I'll know if I did any good or she'll give me shit for not doing it well. But anyways, this song gave off a majestic finality for its mood. I really like how it you know, kind of ended the journey that we were building towards on this album. I had this hint of angst and intensity in the lead work and atmosphere, and like a storm closing in, we sort of get this one last embrace. And I kind of like that finality that we get on this journey that started off with its magnum opus, and then as we plod through the blizzards and the snowy mountains, and you know, with our wolves. But that's what I really got captured from this, and I really thought there was intensity to this song, but yet there was this tranquility to it as well, and that's where I get this one last embrace feel. But we got plenty of great guitar work, exquisite atmospheres, and some very visual striking lyrics for me. And kind of the opposite of what the beginning of the album was. I felt like this was more direct and kind of wanted the listener, or got me to want more, whether I replay the album or look forward to what they're coming out with next, which is actually during the filming of this video. I believe they had another album out, and because I definitely heard a couple of songs they've already released, so I'm looking forward to seeing what As the Sun Falls does there. But you know, I'm done talking about this album. Great from start to finish. Feel free to check out all the songs in the links below, as well as their Bandcamp. And check out that Must Listen To, Last Days of Light. That was just an epic piece, and I really enjoyed it. Kick-ass song, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what they come up with next. So, feel free. Check out the Must Listen To. All their good stuff, As the Sun Falls. And I should be back talking about their new album shortly. We'll see how fast I get through it, but until next time, folks, how about some heavy listening?